College football is back, and we're back on the Big Mountain, where we bring you a fresh take on college football betting focused on the Big Ten and the Mountain West.
It's great to see you again. My name's JY, and this is my good friend Steve, and we want to bring you a reaction video to the Penn State at Illinois game. It was one of our Big Mountain ice-cold locks that Steve locked. He had it at 14.5. Ended up at 17. Steve actually called the line at 17 as well. So forget this whole winning a bet. Let's name the line. You nailed it. So what do you have to say for yourself? You did a great job. Way to go. We are.
Yeah, we are Penn State. Here's the thing: is this game did not go like I think. I got the line right. We got the lock. The lock we nailed it.
That's all that matters.
Yes.
For this.
Now, for Penn State fans out there, I'm sure there's some that are not exactly super happy about how the game went.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is coming into the season, like we talked about on our preview video way back when. Illinois, we expected Illinois to have a great defense this year, very solid defense. They had a great number one defense in the country last year. They did lose some players, 3 players to the NFL out of the secondary, and they lost their defensive coordinator. And their defense hasn't looked so great in the first couple games, but today they showed out, especially in the first half. Newton from Illinois was just an absolute demon. He was a monster. It was the best player on the field, I think, today, even in a losing effort. Penn State started slow. What did we say? It was 16-7 at the half.
Yep. 16-7 or 6-0 after the first quarter.
Right.
I thought they left a lot of points on the field. I was a little concerned, honestly, at 6-0 after the first quarter. And then even 16-7 at the half, we were getting there. But again, at 6-0 at the first quarter had me a little concerned for your line.
Yeah. And here's the thing is, Penn State was moving the ball, but then they would get, there was a few dropped, dead first down catches we had a couple drops. Malik McLean dropped one. Actually, I think he dropped 2 of them.
Right, yeah.
We had a couple other drops that led to field goals instead of touchdowns. You never like to see that for your team, and especially when you want them to cover 14.5 points.
Right.
Drew Aller, this is his first start on the road. He's not a freshman; he's a sophomore. But this is his third start ever, first start on the road. He ended up 16 of 33, so less than 50%, only 208 yards and no touchdown passes. There was a couple times he was a little bit shaky.
Yeah.
I think just again on the road, the first Big Ten start on the road. I think that maybe it did get to him a little bit, but I look at this game as a growing opportunity for him. He also had he had those first down catches that were dropped. He had a beautiful arcing touchdown pass that was dropped by Katron Allen. He put it right in the breadbasket.
Yeah.
And it just so it was kind of a mixed bag for Drew Aller. Penn State didn't have a 100-yard rusher, but they did hit 30 points this week. So 10 in a row, the longest streak in the country, hitting 30 points.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
30 points, 10 in a row.
So Penn State's offense wasn't exactly as I expected. Illinois cranked it up a notch.
Yeah.
But how about Penn State's defense?
Well, that's what I was going to bring up next was their defense. So the first 4 Illinois possessions, missed field goal, fumble, interception. And it just kept going the whole game. That defense looked phenomenal today.
They were awesome. Penn State forced 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions, and a fumble. Luke Altmaier, the Illinois starting QB, he was a transfer from Ole Miss. He was 15 of 28 with 4 interceptions. Yeah. Could have been a couple more.
Pretty brutal. Yeah.
Yes. And some of those, it looked like the Penn State defensive back was running the routes for the receiver.
Yes.
So great plays by the Penn State defensive backs.
Yep.
And poor play by the Illinois quarterback.
Right.
Kind of what we expected there.
Yeah.
And once Penn State got that lead, at the beginning, they were really struggling to stop Illinois' running game.
Yeah.
But once they got that lead and they could unleash their pass rushers, it was a total different game.
Yep.
They could get after Altmaier, and then the guy that came in and replaced him, Paddock, I think his name is, from he was a transfer as well. But when that pass rush can just get after you, Chop Robinson and those guys, so much talent, future NFL players, for sure. When they can just pin their ears back and go, they can create a lot of pressure. And they didn't have a ton of sacks. I forgot to look that number up. Yeah. But they were pounding Altmaier and pounding the backup, hitting them high, low, side to side, causing a lot of those problems. They were hitting them from every direction.
For sure. They were in the backfield consistently. And, everybody focuses on sacks, which obviously the defensive front wants to get their sacks. But just as important is getting that continued pressure throughout the game. And, man, they had it the whole game.
You're exactly right. They had it the whole game. Even when Illinois was moving the ball and Altmaier was completing some passes earlier, they were hitting him. They were letting him know that all game, if he was going to deliver that pass, he was going to take a beating. And I think that started to wear him down. And so this was a game won by the Penn State defense.
Oh, for sure.
Penn State's 3-0. Great start to the season overall. Obviously today they took their lumps with some bumps and bruises on the offense, but they're 3-0. They covered again. Great teams cover. So
you got it. That's what you texted me right at the end of the game. Great teams cover.
Exactly
I
right.
think you got a great team here at Penn State.
So we are 3-0. That's all I got on this game, JY. You have any other thoughts?
No, that was it. I'm glad we could do a reaction video, our first one for Penn State this year. I'm guaranteed we'll have some more. So if you want to subscribe to us, if you haven't seen us before, Steve is the Big Ten guy. He goes over Big Ten picks and predictions every week. We make certain locks on games that we really like. I cover the Mountain West, do the same thing out there. So if you like what we have to say, again, guaranteed we'll do some more Big Ten reactions and Penn State reactions. So grab a subscribe. Give us some comments. Let us know what you thought about the game and the goods, the bads, and, of course, the wins, because that's what we're looking for here. So, hey, it's great seeing you on the Big Mountain, and we'll see you next time.
We are 3-0.